Hey everybody, what is up? I am back at Highland Cycles here in Montrose, Colorado. There is Angry Zach Sheets, angriest man in motorcycles. Can't you tell? And he's of course working on his stuff. Morgan's got a bike going on over here, this really nice looking CB300F. Hey Zach, how good are these bikes, these 300Fs?
Pretty cool, it's super fun. Morgan rode it, he loved it.
Really? It's an adventure bike, right? Or is it a street bike that they just happen to have dirt tires on?
Yeah, it's a street bike that the guys putting some enduro for kind of dual sporty tires on it.
Yeah.
Do some gravel roads and things.
Sweet. So, like Zach was saying, it sounds like it's a street bike that he's just kind of upgrading for some gravel road riding. And he's got fairing protectors on it, looks like. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But here's mine. And as you can tell, it's had better days. As Limey B on YouTube said, I should bring it by to Zach so that he can make sure I didn't get ripped off, because he swears there's got to be more than 2 gears in this bike. I just don't know how to use anything higher than second gear. But there's the infamous exhaust that got all clogged, and I mean it's like in there. And the fender, of course, because the subframe is broke, so I'm fixing that. There's an idea of what's going on with the handlebars. Yeah, not super great. Now, this is exaggerated simply because this one got twisted up and that one got twisted down a little bit as well, but the handlebar mounts, the bushings are all jacked up. And I'm also doing some adjustments and performance on this bike today. I am reducing the front sprocket from 13 to 12, and I'm going to put on a flywheel weight. So that's the goal for today. Now at the shop, I'm probably going to start with these two things, simply because Morgan's got the tools and it'll be easier here to do that. The rest of this I can technically do at home, but if I have time, I'll get it done here as well. So let's get started. Hey everybody, so we're into the project of the KX250 rebuild, fix, repair, whatever you want to call it. And it's not going quite as well as I had hoped. A couple of reasons. One, here is the current subframe. You can see where it broke right behind that weld. It of course bananaed the upper tube, and it also bananaed the cross member tube there. And this is all aluminum, of course. The shame of it is this subframe was actually in really good condition, relatively speaking, in comparison to the one that I bought for 180 bucks, which has all these like deep gouges. I mean, that's just normal wear and tear, which isn't that bad. I knew that it would have wear on it, but I mean, that's like halfway through the thickness of the wall there. Where's the other ones? There are a couple of more that are like that. They're like really deep into this frame. Where are they at? Like that one there is really deep in. That one there. I mean, there's just a lot of gouging on this. Oh, and this one here. That's the other one. I mean, that's almost all the way through the thickness of this wall. And for $171, that thing is worse condition than this one was before I wrecked it, of course. And I thought I was going to be able to just unclog and reuse my FMF turbine core 2. Nope. It's dented up top, and the back is all collapsed in as well. So I'm gonna have to buy a new turbine core 2, which is very frustrating. So what I did do is I did change out the front sprocket. This is a 12 tooth sprocket from the 13. This one wasn't terrible at all. It had a little bit of wear, not terrible though. You can see the wear pattern in it. Not awful. So doing that, and we are now installing a flywheel weight. Now, just something to know about this is that this here is you don't have to like take everything apart. We just loosened up the chain tensioner on the rear axle, and we loosened the chain. You take the circlip out here, the retainer clip, and then that just slides off. You pull it out and then you put it back on, and then you put the clip back in, and then later we'll tighten up the chain, and there you go. Now the flywheel weight, which is this one, the Steahly Off-Road, this just stays on. You don't have to do anything with this. You have to take that nut off and screw it on, and then that just screws on, and then you put the gasket spacers on, and then you put the cover back on, and that's all you do to it. So I will show you guys once that's all on. We left it. You'll have to check out Morgan's video at Highland Cycles. I'll put a link into it because I think he's going to do a video on the daily slog about how to install the flywheel weight that I put on here, the Steahly flywheel weight. And I went over the front sprocket a little bit. Unfortunately, that subframe wasn't quite what I was hoping for, and it's not quite the quality I want. So that's holding off. I've still got to do the handlebar bushings and the brake lever and the clutch lever. As you can see, the brake lever, the clutch lever is completely shot. And then over here, you'll see that the brake lever has been bent down. I'm going to actually change that lever, keep that one as a backup, and fix that. I'll have to cut them and adjust the guards. And you can see that the guard actually did help initially. It just was already, it fell, the guard bent up, and then it fell again. It got dropped by accident, and then it bent the lever. So that's what's happening. But sometime this next week, I'll probably fix it. What are you going to do, Morgan? Are you going to put the flywheel weight on a slog video or on its own installation?
Oh, it'll be on the slog.
So
it comes out tomorrow, whatever this
yeah.
comes out.
So
yeah, it'll be on the slog number 115.
So slog number 115, go check that out. You'll see the Steahly flywheel weight install and how we got around not having a piston stop, which worked just fine. So don't forget to check out highlandcycles.com, right?
Highland-cycles.com.
And if you're in Montrose, stop by. He's got maps for sale if you need maps for like the riding trails around here. They're really good.
And if I'm available, I'll show you around. And if I'm not, I will point you in the right direction.
Yeah, he's good. He's got, as you've seen before, he's got quite a bit of stuff in the shop. He can get what you need. He's got a buyer's guide for first-time buyers.
Yeah, so if you go to highland-cycles.com, and that's a hyphen, the dash, go there and then look at our free service guide and ebooks section. We got a whole bunch of free ebooks and stuff like that you guys can check out. Buyer's guide, suspension tuning guide, carburetor guide, Montrose trip planner for if you want to come out here and ride. Just places to stay, things to do, whatever.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of stuff. So go check him out. And he has been a huge help to getting me into dirt bikes and continuing on in them. So go check him out. Take care.